interview, and I get super nervous right before I talk to them. Not sure what I'm going to say, but I guess we'll just go with it, see what happens. Family can be happy. Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Familiar.
Yeah. Wow.
Did we go to primary school together?
We did. Yes. How are you?
What are you doing?
Oh, nothing. Just going to school.
Going to school? Oh, what are you taking?
Microbiology. Yeah.
Are you headed towards a program or something like that?
Yeah, I want to get my PhD.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
The big stuff.
Yeah. How are you?
Oh, I'm good.
Yeah.
This is what I do on Thursdays, and then at about 3 o'clock I leave. I work at UMC Hospital, so then I leave and go to work. Yeah.
Wow.
So that's my Thursday morning. Oh yeah, come on. Oh, I think you got 2. Oh no, you got 1. All right. Yeah. Remind me your name.
Stacy.
Last name.
Galvan.
Stacy Galvan. Okay. Anita Menifee.
Oh yes. Okay. Yeah, I did forget. It's been a long time.
I know,
Yeah.
it's been a while.
Yeah. So, we have Chinese and.
Oh, we've got like a foreign language card. It's got the Bible teach books, and we kind of put it together in different languages. We brought this today. We don't normally bring family, but we were like, let's see. It's funny because you think they're students. Well, we know they're students, young students out here. But I just want to see what family would do. And look, he took one, and someone took that, which we had normally brought. So you just never know.
Yeah, I actually left. Actually left the religion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It happened a while back. When the very first Caleb and Sophia video came out.
Oh, okay.
It really kind of hit me hard. Like, I don't know. I was looking at that video, and it made me fear being the kind of mom to guilt my kids, you know. And I started kind of questioning it. And I moved up here to Lubbock, and then the elders kept coming to my house and kept pushing. And at that point, I was like, I don't know, I don't want to be like that with my kids, you know. And I've seen the effects of some of the people I was around, how their relationships were with their parents who raised them in the truth. And I decided I needed a break, you know. And then, but they wouldn't let me have a break. First they said, sure, how's 6 months? I said, okay, you know. And then they came back a couple weeks later, and then they pressed me, and they were like, do you even want to be a Jehovah's Witness anymore? And I felt pressured. I was like, I mean, I don't want to dissociate. I didn't do anything to get disfellowshipped. I don't want to lose my friends and family. But they said, you know, they say the words, do you or don't you? And so I said no, and then they said, say the words. And so I said, okay, I don't want to be a Jehovah's Witness. And then so they disfellowshipped me. And actually, a lot of my friends stopped talking to me after, just because they knew that I wasn't feeling like going to the meetings anymore. But that just kind of opened the door for me to be able to do my own research. And then I found out a lot of stuff like, you know, like the Shepherding the Flock book, which is the Elder's Handbook. Have you heard of that one? Yeah. And then I don't know if you've heard of the 2-witness rule and the lawsuits going on right now with the child abuse cases. I mean, I had no idea that all that stuff was going on, of course, because, you know, we weren't allowed to do research outside of the... Of course, all this stuff came along right after I'd already kind of left it. But, did you hear about the protest? There was a protest in Warwick this past weekend. Yeah. But, yeah, I just...
I guess I just focus on our Creator and the Bible.
Right. But, I mean, I understand, but I mean, you're still working for the Watchtower organization, and knowing that they do those things like protecting, using that two witness rule to protect, maybe not to protect, but it inadvertently it protects pedophiles from being reported and keeps children in that dangerous area. So that's why I decided this is definitely not a good. Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll see you another time then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to keep you from.
Oh no, I don't have anywhere to be. Really, I've got a little bit of time actually, but I usually stop by the carts and see what y'all have, and I keep up with things, and so I was really surprised to see you. Yeah. Yeah, how funny. I've talked to a few people here.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not sure if they're in your congregation, but there's a couple that come here that are really nasty to me, actually. I had a pleasant conversation with them, and then when they found out that I'm shunned, then they started shunning me. They actually packed up and left when I asked them how they were doing one day. So it's nice to see that you're not treating me poorly. So.
Worship job and of love. People are imperfect, but he's not.
Well,
and that's all I know.
Oh yeah. I mean, if he was perfect, you would think that he'd have a perfect organization, but
not on earth it can't be.
Yeah.
Right now.
And then especially just knowing that, of course, child abuse happens in all walks, all areas,
all
churches. The only difference,
races.
Right, and it's horrible. It's tragic.
Yeah.
The only difference is that the Jehovah's Witnesses actually have a written policy, that enables it, and that's why.
And that's up for interpretation. Because I know that families, if they, if something's exposed, and we have to protect our children, that they can go to any means, legally. Because I had a friend that happened to, and if she had a choice, if she wanted to pursue legal, that was her choice to protect her daughter. I know that's. I've seen that. Yeah, I have. So.
Wow. Yeah, that's awful.
I haven't myself been in that particular situation, so I can't speak in depth. But this is what I've seen. Yeah, because things happen in perfection. I know that the law has been involved. I've seen it myself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just know, if I was an elder, if somebody came to me with that, I would go straight to the police.
Yeah, and that's exactly.
Yeah.
And what I've seen here, that's exactly what happened.
I was told otherwise by a couple of elders, actually. They said they go to the governing body first.
But I know it's reported because we have to. You have to follow the laws of the land.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah. Hopefully, like you said, that it gets done.
But I'm saying imperfection. Imperfection. And that's the thing for me. Jehovah's not imperfect. He's not imperfect. People are. We are. Humans are. Jehovah's not.
Yeah. And have you heard of the Australian Royal Commission?
I haven't really. I mean, I read the news, but I can't say that. No.
Oh yeah, that one actually they had the governing body member speak about the two witness rule, and so that's how I've noticed the protesters were pushing for that change, and then I believe the governing body actually defended the two witness rule again on the JW broadcasts just recently. So, but hopefully you might look into it and kind of just hopefully all the Jehovah's Witnesses will see that's happening behind closed doors and start pushing for some kind of change, at least to protect the children, and protect the families. And there's a lot of things that could be changed. It was so good to see you. Thank you for listening. Right. And you take care too. Right. Okay. But Anita, right? Yeah. Bye. Bye. Oh my God, I did not expect that to be somebody that I knew. That was very, very, very uncomfortable for me. Yeah, I knew her when I went to Pioneer School with her when I was a brainwashed drone back in 2006. So, hopefully I said the right things. I don't know. That was hard. That was harder than talking to a stranger, for sure. So, I think that's the first time I've approached a cart and actually, known them from my past. Because when I was a cultist, I went to a different city, and so I only know a couple of the JWs here in the city I live in now. So let's see your comments. Clap, clap. Thank you. You did great. You did great. Brick by brick. Thank you. Can't I just bumping into old JW friends? Thank you. Thank you, Parker and Adrian, Kyle. Yeah, that was very uncomfortable, especially considering she doesn't know that, that I'm a mentally diseased apostate now. So that was interesting to break to her. I could definitely see she got very uncomfortable and started to kind of back away. Like if I was about to, I don't know, eat her face off. I don't know. So, I don't know. Hopefully that planted seeds of doubt, but I mean, it seems like she already kind of knew about some of the shit that goes on, but which is really kind of disgusting, And she says she just works for God, but I mean, she's obviously standing there working for free for the book company. Anyways, okay, well, till next time, probably tomorrow. Stay tuned.